Welcome to another episode of BFT Black Film Talk. This is your boy Lovell. I got Vernard Fields in the house,
What's up, everybody?
multimedia specialist, and we're just gonna talk about some things that's going on in black film and television.
Yep.
So let's start off with, we just black filmmakers, so we just talk about,
Yeah, pretty much everything that's
yeah.
in film.
So everything's inclusive, but
Yes.
it's coming from two brothers.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So let's talk about the Brutalist, the use of AI. So,
Yeah.
so for those that don't know, the Brutalist was a director that came out, or who came out and said,
Well, yes. So the story behind it is that you had this actor, Brody. I forgot his full name, but anyway, regardless, he's doing like this whole biopic documentary type style piece.
Adrian Brody?
Adrian Brody. Thank
okay,
you.
okay.
Yeah. Adrian Brody is the main star.
Okay.
And so he is portraying an architect, can't remember the guy's name, but he's responsible for what they call the brutalist era of architecture.
Okay.
And so he comes from another country. So, of course, moving to the States, learning this language here, you have to have, not have to have, but you bring your accent with you. So for Adrian Brody, what he had to do, already being an English-speaking person, he had to learn another language, and not only that, but had to pretend and act as if like he was learning English, either or speaking English for the first time, like it's not his native tongue.
Right.
So for better authenticity, like a better words, they use AI to help enhance his accent.
Yeah.
And so that, in my opinion, is a good use case of AI, but some people feel otherwise. How do you feel about it?
It's inevitable, it's here. So yeah, I feel like if it makes the movie better, you know what I mean? Then I don't know. Some people feel like AI is it's like a cheat code a little bit.
Yeah.
But if he didn't come out, I wonder why he came out and said that though. I wonder so the movie hasn't came out already?
No, it hasn't come out yet.
So I wonder, it makes me think like, is he setting the expectation? Okay, we used AI, so if it sounds horrible, that's the reason why. Or is it, why would he come out and say that? I don't get it.
I don't know. I just
It has
think
to be
because
that reason why.
I think it's a hot topic, and I think for this film, it's like being the first of its kind to use it on this level. Like we're already kind of seeing it introduced where it's like YouTube is starting to say like we can have this video be translated into another language, and it's even down to the point to where our mouths will even match the words that we're saying in that language. So
What?
Oh yeah. You didn't know?
No, you got
we are there now. We're living in a day,
man,
where you don't have to necessarily learn how to speak a language to reach a whole audience, which is great. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine like this channel
right,
being able to be watched by millions of people in all the different various countries in Africa. That's a whole big market that we're not even getting right now because some of those people may not speak English.
So like when you upload a YouTube video, it gives you that option to do so, or how does that work?
They're starting to roll that option out.
So it's like in beta right now, or is that?
I believe it's in beta. I saw this, I heard this news a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, and they were saying that they were experimenting with this. So to see the Brutalist, come out and just say like, yeah, we use AI to help enhance the accent because it just didn't nail it correctly. I'm like, you know what? That's a win for us as consumers.
Yeah.
It is a cheat, but I think it's more of like it's an enhancement.
Yeah. AI is here. We're in the beginning stages. So, for a lot of, not just Hollywood, a lot of businesses out there, it's getting sticky for y'all. Better grab them up.
It is. But let me ask you this. When it comes to use of AI in films, how do you feel about the AI video to or image to video? How people are making like these trailers and stuff. They're using things like Kling AI, they're using Runway, ML. What else are they using out there? Like Google's VO2, which is not
I'm not hip to none of this stuff. I'll be
You're
honest
not?
with you
Oh
though.
man, listen.
So like what? So okay. So what they're making videos like out of AI and making trailers out of it, or what do you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. So you got people out there that are creating these short films. They're creating these trailers. They are experimenting with.
So like are these like animations or do they look like real
Some of them
people?
look. Some of them look convincing, and then but a majority of them you could tell it's like it's AI. But these are just the still the beginning stages of AI and what it's
Mm.
capable of doing. So people in Hollywood are a little worried. Some of them are saying like, like actors' jobs are in line of fire because it's like we're not going to need you anymore. And I'm like, I wouldn't go that far. Like you still need to have the human touch, and you can
Yeah.
still tell like watching these videos that it's AI. Like it's not there yet.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna have to be some laws that's gonna be set in place to at least prevent some type of apocalypse or something. Like or some type of catastrophic situation. I think it's
Yeah.
definitely gonna have to be some type of laws set in place because it again it's not gonna go anywhere. It's gonna be
Mm-mm.
here. So it's kind of like how can you contain it, but also how can you use it to its advantages where it's not harming other people, like their
Right.
livelihood or even physically.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the other thing, though. I feel like with AI, I feel like AI is an overused word. I
Because AI
just
has always been like it's
it's
like
been here.
yeah, it's like when you miss spell a word in Microsoft
Yep.
Word, that's AI.
Right. Right.
So it's always been here, but it's
Right.
just
It's just being. I think it's over glorified and it's oversimplified. Like like
yeah.
like I consider a calculator to be AI. It's artificial
Okay.
intelligence. All you do
Yeah.
is punching in numbers,
Right.
and we've been doing that for decades. You know. But I think the difference is right now, instead of us punching in numbers, we're punching in words, and
Yeah.
it's calculating these words, and it's using the internet and this vast amount of knowledge out there to come up with the calculation. And the same thing is happening with visuals. It's just coming up with with the calculation. So it's always been here, and I feel like that for some people, yes, it will replace.
Mhm.
Like how it was back in the day when they introduced the cashless, the cash. What was it? Not cashless cashiers, but the checkout lines that didn't have the cashiers there. It's like the self checkouts, and people was like, "Oh man, like so many jobs are going to be lost." And it was like, "Yeah, I mean, instead of you having six, you got one
Hey,
person."
remember when COVID happened?
Mm-hmm.
And like, man, yeah, you definitely need them cashiers around that time. So I don't understand why there's no like safety protocol set for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Cause that was like crazy when cause pretty much it looked like how the grocery store looked back in the day
it did.
when we were growing up, where you
Yep.
had all the cashier spots filled up
Yep.
with actual cashiers.
Right. Right.
Now it's like you go there, it's like less than half workers working the cashier
Right.
in most of these places. It
Yeah.
look kind of crazy, but
Yeah, but I
yeah,
mean, I think that AI is going to do the same thing within filmmaking. It's just going to cut some people out of the process. You know,
yeah,
not a lot, but I think it's just going to be, people are just going to have to pivot. They're going to have to learn how to shift. But yeah, that's my take on it.
yeah. So let's move on. Let's
Yep.
move on to they're talking about recasting T'Challa in Black Panther. What's your thoughts
Yes,
on that?
man. So T'Challa, recast T'Challa, man. I felt like from the very beginning
Mm.
that this should have always recast T'Challa. Like I get it, Chadwick Boseman passed away, but that doesn't mean that you kill off the character. I think it was a bad move by Marvel. I think they moved out of pure emotion. I know they
Yeah.
wanted to honor the person, but it's like y'all did not own Chadwick Boseman though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like Chadwick had other movies too, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But for whatever reason, I think Marvel jumped the gun and was like, Chadwick Boseman is our king and King T'Challa and long live the king, and we gonna lay in the rest. And I'm like, oh man, y'all just fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
Fumbled the ball.
Yeah, man. So I think I think they should have waited to do Black Panther too. I think they jumped the gun.
Yeah.
It's just
But
like they were riding a wave.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely should have left some time, and then have the audience let us know when we want to see Black Panther 2 again.
Yeah.
and then that's when the recast could take place. But I mean,
Right. Right.
Chadwick, he's one of those ones, man. He's one of those like, yo, he's Black Panther. Like Tony Stark
Yeah.
is Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
and
Right.
Wolverine is Hugh Jackman
Right.
and Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Even like I throw in Blade, Wesley Snipes. You know what I mean? Like I know
There
they
will
supposed
always
to.
only be one blade.
Yeah. Yep. It even made a joke in that in Deadpool with Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how you feel about your
Man.
boy Mahershala Ali. I mean, if that movie ever comes out,
Oh
him
man,
being Blade.
they playing that dude, man. Like I don't understand why is it so hard to write a Blade story. I mean, they already got so many Blade stories to pull from. It's like you don't have to recreate the wheel. And Marvel has already proven that they don't have to be like soft PG-13.
Yeah.
Like they could listen, it's okay, Marvel, to go super hardcore with this rated R version of Blade. Like you don't have to like give it the Daredevil and Deadpool treatment. You can't go wrong. Like there's an audience. I'm part of the audience that wants a darker MCU.
You ever seen the 90s animated Spider-Man?
I didn't.
Oh man, you missing out, man.
I need to go back.
Yeah, man. You seen the X-Men
Oh
anime.
yeah.
So they take place they came out I think around the same
They
time.
did.
But they take place in the same universe.
Okay.
And they had a story where it had Blade, the Punisher, Morbius. They all it was crazy. Like they had some good stories there. And I'm like, man, they can just copy that. If Marvel can copy that
could.
and you can put Blade in the new Spider-Man movie, and then I know they don't have the rights to Morbius, but I mean, you
Right.
can easily replace him with one of like Blade's villains. You know what I mean? And you can literally recreate that story if they wanted
Yeah.
to and put that
Yeah.
on live action. That definitely makes some money. Introduce Blade that way, and then give him his own. I know they introduced him in
The Internals.
the Internals. That was whack.
That was just his voice too.
Yeah.
Like people was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, still haven't seen the film, but I was in my mind. I was thinking like, how does that work? Like how does that work timeline wise? Because I
He's
I
doing too
didn't see the
much.
film, so I really can't speak too much on it. But
Yeah. Oh, but let's circle back. So who do you see recasting T'Challa? Who's your top three? Top
man,
three
my top three. Let me see. Let me see. Recast T'Challa.
I'm gonna look up on my phone.
Yeah. So they got people up here like Michael B. Jordan, John Boyega,
John.
Damson Idris.
That's your
Yeah,
top.
Damson Idris is my top. I know you had mentioned somebody, and I was like, yeah, that would be my second.
Aldous Hodge.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
that's my number one.
It's between them two. It's
I
between
don't
them
know.
two. For me, like if I can't see one, then it's got to be the other. And then if it ain't them two, then I'm like, then who else could it be other than David Washington?
Yeah, I was gonna say John David Washington for sure. I'm trying to think who would be my third. I think I just got two. I could see those two off the top of my head. I guess John Boyega, I can see.
Yep. Now I heard that it was actually him that was
turned
approached.
down.
Yeah, that turned it down.
Yeah, that's because if you don't, that's like he too big of a name. That's career suicide right there. If you don't,
He doesn't execute it well.
yeah, he's too big of a name.
I mean, he was already in Disney too, so
that's what I'm saying. And I don't think does he have a good relationship with Disney after Star Wars?
I would think so. I mean, I didn't hear like anything controversial.
Oh, okay.
You know, as far as like the way that it ended, you know, he did his movies and bowed out and rolled off into the sunset. But
Man,
to call him back into playing, I just can't. I don't see it. I personally just don't see it. He doesn't have the look, so to speak. But
okay.
But Michael B. Jordan though, that should not even been brought up. He's Killmonger. He's always gonna be
But you can
Killmonger.
always do the multiverse joint, and just bring them back that way, and have them switch spots and say, "Hey, I mean that probably be disrespectful, but you could say, Chadwick Boseman was Killmonger and Michael B. Jordan was T'Challa, and do it
Yeah,
that way. You know, I mean, there's many ways they can probably. I think they'll pull it off if they do it that way.
yeah.
I don't know, but hold on. So like at the end, remember they were like, "This is my son. Who is he? What's your name?" T'Challa, like, what's going on? Yeah,
That made me so mad, man, when I
I would.
saw that. When I went, 'cause I went to the theaters to see this. I was
Yeah,
dressed in my white and everything, man. I was ready.
yeah.
I was
Oh, he
ready,
was in white.
man. Yeah, I went
Oh, he
out
was
and
one of
bought
the
the outfit.
ones.
Yeah, I was wearing
Oh
it,
man,
man.
that's
Me and my daughter was dressed from head to toe in white, man. We came out, we represented.
what?
Yeah,
Oh no,
and
I
then
can't.
when I and
That's
then
too much.
and then
That's too
and then
much,
I went
man.
and
That's too invested.
it
That's
got to because I mean like that like that's my
that's yeah.
I love Black Panther and I was like hope of course going in not knowing how it was going to be executed, but upon sitting and watching the movie, it just left a
You
sour
went on a
taste in my
Thursday,
mouth.
didn't you? When you went to go see
No,
it?
I went on a Friday.
You went on Friday.
It
Okay.
was either Friday or Saturday,
Okay.
but yeah. Now the first Black Panther I went twice.
Mm,
I went twice,
man,
but yeah, man, like
I know some
man,
people that want to go see that like 10 times.
they
You
were
know you
supporting
are.
that movie. They were supporting that movie.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, like I would say that at the ending of that film, I hated it. I hated it because as soon as they was like, "Oh, this is my son," in my mind, I said, "So what's going to happen with Storm?" I'm like, y'all just completely retcon and just went past Storm because I know y'all gonna introduce the X-Men. So how's the timeline working? Like make it make sense. Because
mm,
X-Men dates back to like the 60s, the 70s. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So because of like Eric, his whole thing with him going up in the what was it, World War II, the
yeah,
concentration camps. What's up with that story? Like it all has to make sense based on a timeline, and they just jacked it up because everything hinges on Magneto and Charles Xavier's relationship.
yeah. I heard they was gonna move it up where it was more like on civil rights, is in the civil rights era, and not the. What? Why you make that face, man?
Man, oh
What's your
man,
thoughts on that?
I hate it.
Why?
I hate it, man, because it's like
Uh,
because of Magneto, man. Like if it
like,
wasn't for Magneto's backstory, Magneto's backstory is so powerful. That's the reason why
but
he's
that
such a
can't
strong
that can't
character.
that can't be like they can't create a story where that's like correlated to the civil rights era.
I mean, it all happened during that time. I mean, like what was World War II? Like the 50s? And then it's like a decade later, you had this whole 60s uprising and stuff.
What was it? That gotta be. I mean, I don't know. That's.
I could look it up real quick, man.
But
Like,
like I feel like that was like earlier on. I mean, that's,
okay,
yeah, nice. Yeah,
39 to 45.
yeah.
Okay, so then it was like 20 years later, like 1965, is when you had all the civil rights stuff.
That kind of makes sense though. I mean, for them to move it up, cause like, man, pretty much Magneto will be what 90 or something if it took place in today's age. He'd be up there.
Man, I guess it's the whole idea of just trying to modernize it, like for every generation, for it to be relatable and for it to make sense.
Yeah,
But I think, in my opinion, Marvel messed up by not jumping on the mutant saga early enough. They waited too late because now they got to go back and somehow try to weave this all, in which they're doing it, but you're trying to blend it all together by the use
yeah.
of the multiverse.
I think that's like do the contracts and stuff like that too.
It is.
Cause they bought Fox. They bought the rights back from Fox back like what 2017, 2018 or something like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, and I think like the people that was already casted. I mean, I don't know. This is rumor, but I think the people that was already casted for that played in the Fox movies, like if they did a new X-Men with the new character, then that person had first dibs They
Okay.
had it like contractually obligated to have that person. So whoever played Cyclops, they would have to, reach out to them and say, hey,
Yeah, yeah.
you gonna have to like you're Cyclops in the MCU.
Right.
And they probably didn't want to move in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel that, as long as the story is good, I can give some wiggle room to be like, yeah, like, but not like how I did with Wakanda. With Wakanda, I was like, nah.
So if they came out with an X-Men and you saw like Magneto's backstory took place in the civil rights era, like would you get the same reaction? Would you give it a shot?
Man,
Like it has to
I'm going to give
like
it a shot, but it's like I can tell and I can sense when you're trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just telling.
so what you feel like it'll be, I mean, air quotes, so will it be like woke? You think is that why
Nah,
you feel that
mm-mm,
way?
no,
Or it's like, are you one of those ones like, man, you gotta go by the comics, strictly by the comics and
not
put it on
strictly by
screen?
the comics, but I would say 80% by the comics. The other 20% gives you a little bit of creativity, like creative expression.
Yeah.
But like to try to say we're going to pick you up out of a particular decade, a prominent event that happened, and
Okay.
then we're gonna put you in this one, it almost have to be equal. So I'm thinking to myself, like, what in the civil rights movement, what type of story can you tell that will depict a white guy now? I guess he would have to be American. He's no longer German, right?
You still a white guy?
Magneto.
He be black.
Magneto would be black.
Yeah, they was talking about. So like, remember
Oh,
when
I know you're talking about.
so before the guy that he's in Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yes.
No, not Winter Soldier. The new one's coming
Yeah,
out.
the new one's coming out. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
But yeah, they were
Yeah.
speculating what character he would play, and they wanted him to play Magneto. We got what's his name? We gotta look him up real quick.
Yeah.
So that way the audience know who we talking about. But he was in the what's
Um,
the Cubics movie or not, the series where it's like you can watch it in different. He was in. Matter of fact, he was in
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, but he was also in what's the superhero movie on Prime, The Boys. He was also on The Boys too.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh, you gonna have to pronounce his name.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
What you think?
I remember that.
He could play a good Magneto.
Man, but you know what though? I ain't even gonna lie. People will be upset.
Nah.
And I think I feel like, you know what? Because they want to make it for the modern audience, I think
Nah.
I think that it would fail.
Nah.
I wouldn't want it to, but it's almost like think of it this way: people didn't mind Nick Fury being portrayed by Samuel Jackson
Why not though?
because it had nothing to do with race.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I see where you're going with it.
You know what I'm saying? But in this case, it's like this is going to be all about a different race. It's almost like we're hijacking the trauma from the Jews, and now we're going to let the black community have this story, and they're going to take lead. And you already know that we the minority, and we probably we're not liked as much. I mean, let's be honest, keep it all the way real when it comes to our films. It's not as popular. I think that's the reason why A Brave New World is getting so much grief right now, because people looking at it like that's not Captain America. Like, he's the Falcon. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what
Like,
you're hearing?
man, that's what I'm hearing. That's what, like, temperature wise, based off of what I'm seeing other people talk about, like on channels and reading the comments. I'm in the
Yeah.
comments and I'm seeing like that there's more vocalization of people not liking the idea. But you still got people say, oh, I like the movie. It looks entertaining, but it's people ask like, but why though? Like, that's not like Captain America was like, as you would say, he took the super serum and he was this guy, his backstory, like this, he just got the mantle passed on to him.
So you saying you can't? So as much as T'Challa has to be black, you feel like
Magneto has to be white. He has to be German. Like the story is too important. Because think of it this way: like, could we take this black story of Wakanda and hijack
that's
it and then
crazy.
make it more centered around Olympus and Greece? how would we feel about that if it wasn't in
But
Africa, but it took place over in Europe, in Greece and Athens and the gods and stuff like that, and it was like, same instead of being Black Panther, maybe it's like White Lotus. I don't know, but
man,
we
that's
would feel a certain type of way.
I feel like it's two different stories though. I feel like
It is two different stories. It's just we jacked it. It's like if it was given to black civil rights, it would be jacking somebody else's story, and we just modify it to fit like the civil rights
and
era.
that's a good topic, man. That's
Yeah.
kind of like 'cause in my head, I'm like, man, you gotta be safe about what you say. You know what I mean?
But you know what though? I will
But
say
like,
this.
look how like okay, let's talk about the Bible. Biblical things. You know what I mean?
Right,
How they
right.
feel like things will be whitewashed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or even like what they said, the Last Samurai is played by who? Tom Cruise. Like, bro, how's it like? How's he the last?
The name, the Last
Right.
Samurai, like
Right.
what?
So
I'm salty about that, and I'm not even from that. I'm not from the feudal
but
area.
that's what I'm
era.
saying. Like, so why can't it be? So one, you trying to make it more modern. So I don't see like there's an issue with that. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like he has
Mhm.
to be. You can make it more modern where it's like okay, it makes sense because if you do it like what was it 1945? It's
Yeah.
like when that okay, so like he's gonna be up there. He's gonna be 80 at least minimum. Cause he was a kid. It's not like he was born in 1945. He was
Right.
like what, like 12 years old.
Right.
So right there, he's 80. He's at least 80 minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum. You know what I mean? Maybe even 90 at that point. So you do have to make it more modern. So it's like, okay, what's the next thing now? At least give him at least Esposito,
Right.
his age. How old is he? He probably like what?
He's 66.
66 years old. How old was Ian McClellan when he played? I wonder, Magneto.
And what?
He had to be Ian McClellan.
Yeah.
He had to be at least the same age. So
I mean, but even looking at like the years in which he was born in 1958.
it's perfect.
World War II started in when? We said 19.
It was like 1930 something. It was like 1935 or something like that, right?
32 to 30. Let's see, what was it again?
1939.
But it ended in 45. So it was 10 years before he was born. So let's say that if they were going to take this and they were going to up it to the civil rights era, which was during the 60s,
Yeah.
it would place him being like he
was
would
in that
fit.
era. He was in that era. I mean,
He would
it was
fit.
still like, he was in the set, like say he was around his age, he was in
He
the
would-
70s or so.
He would be like
Nah,
11,
he was still in the
like
60s.
like he'd be 12.
Yeah. I mean, you can be like 8, 10 in the 60s, right? Because he was in 58, he was born, right?
55.
Yeah, he was in that. So that's perfect. You know what I mean? That's perfect right there for that era. For that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean,
If
again,
you're making it more modern where it takes place in our timeline. Now, if it takes place in a different timeline, like how they doing with the animated series,
Yeah.
then I can see what you're saying on that. But like, it's still, if it's gonna take place in 2025 or whenever they put it out,
Right.
then,
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I would say that if they were going to go that route, tread lightly. I said tread
Yeah.
lightly because I mean we're still living in America and everybody is just not on it.
I don't know. I feel like it's more acceptable to race swap now because, like, I see, like, even like when, like, the TMNT they made April black. I mean, it had nothing. Her originally being white had nothing to do with her culture or anything like
Right.
that. But
Right.
I mean, you see it more often. Even like with the Little Mermaid. Was it which one played it? Haley Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey Haley, whatever her name
And
is.
they still made a bill, didn't it? I mean, with so much controversy, but I feel
Yeah.
like it's gonna come with that right now. But
Right.
as over time, it's gonna be whatever. Even
Yeah.
like, man, think about when and no one really made an uproar about it when Brandy played Cinderella, and they had a whole mix, and everybody was a whole bunch of different colors and
Yep,
stuff
it
like
was.
that. And no one even said, no one, I didn't hear anything like, it was like, well,
Nope.
she's black and he's Asian and he's white and none of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just a good movie and we watched it
Right.
for what it was.
Right.
So I,
Right.
I
Right.
think eventually, I mean, it's gonna. I think because it's like old IP, even though it's still in real, I guess it's old IP too. But
That make us old IP.
yeah, but I don't know, man. I think we definitely gonna get to a place where it's just like, I feel like we move in the right direction. It's
Uh-huh.
just honestly, it's just not. It's just old people older than us, even us in our standpoint. We just gonna have to die off. And,
Mhm. But let me ask you this then.
yeah,
Is it possible, because I mean, with it being MLK
yeah.
weekend, is this his birthday today, or is it coming up? I can't remember.
I thought it
No,
already
no, it was
passed.
early. It was on the
Yeah,
15th, I think. But
yeah.
anyways, yeah. Would we be okay with the retelling of the MLK story by white people?
Like from like what it like elaborate on that.
Like, to make it, let's say, because we're basically talking about a struggle when
Hold
it
on. So
comes
let me
to.
ask you this question. So
Yeah,
are you
go ahead.
saying MLK will be portrayed by a white person?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
are we okay with that, to say that, hey, we're not necessarily hijacking history
But
factually, but we're just saying that this guy had a struggle, and we just want to have our own personal retelling of it. But it's just not him being the civil rights movement. Maybe it was something else completely different. Maybe it was a
yeah.
neighborhood that was under
But
government
he's
attack.
a fact. But he's a real person. He's talking about a fictional character. You know what I mean? I feel like that's different.
Black Panther is a fictional character. We would be up in arms if T'Challa was all of a sudden going to be considered white.
Well, okay. So would you be more upset if they cast T'Challa as white or MLK would be white in a movie?
I'll be both. I'll be
No, which one?
equally.
Which one has more weight to it?
Which one has more weight?
compared to it?
Of course, MLK,
All
because
right,
it's,
that's what I'm
because it's
saying.
fictional.
So
Yeah, I
yeah,
get you. I get
yeah.
you. I get you. But that's how I feel about Eric Magneto.
But he's a fictional character though.
He's made up. I get it. I get it. He's completely made up. But I just feel like that his story was so impactful. Like his pain. I get it. It's like you could take the same pain. You could take the
Yeah.
same scenario. Like, for example, we can put the
So
modernized Magneto on the bridge of when he was marching with what was the name of the bit? Edmund Bridge massacre or whatever. And then, like, all of a sudden he just caved the whole bridge in because it's made out of
I,
metal and stuff like that. And he
I
just
don't know.
like,
When I think about it more, it's like it makes more sense for his story to be a civil rights story. Because
okay,
basically the mutants is more what the
it
mutants
is,
is us.
it is,
Why? I mean,
it
read the
is.
comics, watch the TV show.
Yes,
It's us.
it's Malcolm
Not-
X and it's Martin Luther King.
exactly. So that's why it should
Yeah.
be a black. It should be a black story. No, like
Okay,
that's
okay.
why it makes more sense for it to be more of a black story. It's just when it came out in this particular time, it
Right.
made sense for it to be for him to be
During the world-
German
yeah.
or
Yeah.
So yeah, that made sense, and then it then basically was like, hey, let's make a series, around the civil rights era. So
Right.
it makes
It makes
it makes
sense.
sense.
It makes sense. Okay, I
Yeah.
give that to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
with it.
gonna stand on business on that one. Yeah.
10 toes down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I had to think of that a little bit, but yeah, I got there.
Yeah. Glad you did.
All right.
Oh, man.
Let's speaking about superheroes. Let's talk about. I guess we touched on this a little bit. The new
Yeah.
Captain America. So it comes out, and was it
The
around
14th, man.
14th Valentine's
On
Day.
Valentine's Day. I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know why would you do that? You go.
I mean, I guess a date movie, right?
No, it's not a date movie. I mean, but then
Why?
again, you got some couples out there that both love it and they could bond over that. So, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
what
So
it
what's
is.
your excitement level? I see that I heard that ticket sales are doing pretty good, but they're
Mhm.
not doing the old Marvel numbers.
Yeah.
So do you think the new Captain America is moving Marvel back to, back in his
glory
heydays,
days?
or
Yeah.
what you think?
I think that it's a point in the right direction. I would like to believe that it is. I
Yeah.
don't view that like as it being like a Thor movie or Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a little bit more light. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's a little bit more jokey. Like this one seems to be a little bit more serious, and I'm like I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know about this one. The trailers haven't been doing it for me, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm more
Okay.
excited for the Thunderbolts
Oh yeah,
versus this movie. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Even though I like the TV show, or how he eventually took up the mantle of becoming Captain America.
Right. Well, I mean, if you like that TV show, then why won't you like this? It seems like it's all within the same vibe. Like it's the same. It's picking up where it left off at.
Um,
Like what about
it's
the
missing
trailers is
the
not
Winter
doing it for
Soldier.
you?
The Winter Soldier's not in it. So, I mean that's one aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just the end of the TV show when he became Captain America. How he became Captain America basically in like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? That kind of was like,
So he did some hard excessive training,
yeah,
brother.
man, that's crazy. But yeah,
Oh
he doesn't
man,
have like any super serum powers. How is he gonna take on the Red Hulk?
man,
You know what I
look,
mean? He gonna have to have some. Man, hopefully we get a cameo from Bruce Banner. You know,
man,
or
that would be
how
crazy.
do you feel about how they did Bruce Banner? Not Bruce Banner. How they did the Hulk overall?
I
Like they
can't,
neutered him.
man. They put him on Adderall, so he
Bro,
wouldn't
he's not
rage
the
out
same.
anymore. Yeah,
Man, that's
it's
crazy.
not the same, but I mean that's part of the comics though. Like you did have a segment where it was like
Yeah, a
part
segment,
Hulk.
but this long.
Yeah,
It's like we. Man,
it's been more than he's been raging.
it's crazy.
I think the last time he went berserk was like was it during the Civil War when he was fighting in Wakanda?
Yeah. He was he Smart Hulk around that time?
I
I
don't think
think
he was.
he had to be.
Or did he have the ability to be able to
Nah, he
switch?
wasn't. Remember, because they tricked us. He wasn't because he got beat up by Thanos, and it was a
Oh
wrap.
yeah, he left.
He got beat up by Thanos, and they put him in the
And it's-
Iron Man, the Hulk Buster,
right.
because in the trailer they had the Hulk running. Remember in
Yes, I do
Wakanda,
remember. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then when you watch the actual movie, it's Bruce Banner and the Hulk Buster.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
that was some. I wonder why they
Dirty
did that.
trickery.
Yeah,
Well, because they got so many people out there that's trying to like break the code and trying to understand based off of the trailer. So it's like you got to throw them off the path, get them talking about something else. Like instead of it being like spoiled when you show up, it's like yeah we were.
did you see him in She-Hulk?
I didn't
The
watch
TV show?
She-Hulk. I didn't watch not one episode.
Oh, watch the first episode. Man, it's crazy. Now I'm not saying it's good, but I'm just saying watch the first episode because the Hulk he's in there.
Yeah,
Smart Hulk is in there. It's like,
wasn't his sons in that too, or something like that?
bruh. Bush, they probably setting up World War Hulk.
Oh yeah, I
I
heard they're
think
trying to
so.
set up for like the young Avengers, like where you would have like the spinoff, but like it's like what's the name,
Don't do that.
Ironheart.
I mean, I think they're doing that too, but nah.
No,
If they
cause
do it, they gonna have to eventually do World War Hulk. To like, if you do a Young Avengers,
mm-hmm.
do a movie and then do one where he gets killed. But
Mm,
remember but it has to be a reason why they would send Hulk to space.
because he was just too much.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they already
But
do
they
that?
did, yeah, they messed stuff up. They kind of did do
They
what's
sent us to Ragnarok.
yeah, and they made what's the that's World War Hulk, ain't it?
Pretty much.
What's the one I'm thinking of when he comes back and he starts raging out on everybody?
I don't know. Don't give me the line. I have no idea.
Dang, that's crazy.
But that goes to show that that there's so
No,
many
that's Planet
stories out
Hulk.
there.
Planet Hulk is when they sent him to
Ragnarok.
their version of Ragnarok. Yeah.
Yeah, their
But
version of it.
it's not Ragnarok when in the comments they don't send them Ragnarok, they send them somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when okay, so it's Planet Hulk, he comes back, and then it's World War Hulk when he start lashing out
Mm-hmm.
on everybody. Yeah.
But see, like it feels like the comics just have a little bit more freedom to be able to just tell their own stories and just to be like, you know what, I just feel like that, the Hulk and Wolverine should just start fighting. You know what I'm saying? And just have that to be its own contained series and its own story, which has nothing to do with why he was with the Avengers and fighting, Bill, whatever the guy thing is, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I
Better
feel
Ray
like
Bill.
yeah, like I feel like that they just have a little bit more freedom instead of like with the MCU, they're so hung up on everything's got to be connected. It's like it doesn't have to be though. It's like you can tell your own little story and it could be entertaining.
I like the route where DC's going now, where they have their Elseworld stories, but they still have supposedly Robert Pattinson's Batman is
Mhm.
not in their DCU,
Right,
but they have another Batman that is part of that. You know what I mean?
right.
But you have your Elseworld stories where it's just like, okay, that's in its own universe. universe.
Right.
I think initially they didn't want to confuse the audience, saying, "Hey, this person's Batman, this person's playing Batman." Why you get confused from that? But I think over time, I think it's no longer a confusion. I think they tested it out a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe they testing it out right now, especially like with the Joker. Where the Joker had his Elseworld story, and it's
Right.
like, okay, but we got a Joker and Robert Pattinson's Batman,
Yeah.
and Matt
Yeah.
Reeves' is Batman, and they're completely different Jokers.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting ready to do part 2. They got the villain now, Clayface.
Is it official?
It's official.
I wonder how they can pull that off.
It's official. Yep.
Dang. I thought they were doing his own series or something like that.
Who, Clayfaces?
Yeah.
I think that was like something happened to where the story was so good they was like, nah, we can't afford to like let this one slip by. We gotta have this be the main villain.
Man, I wonder how you would pull that off though. Like, cause basically he can shape shift to anybody, right?
Right.
Clayface.
Right.
And then he'll turn into like a monster and all that.
Yeah, because he OD'd on it and it was bad side effects.
Man, you would have to do a whodunit type story.
Mm-hmm.
I think you definitely gonna have to get Detective Batman into that too.
Oh
To
yeah,
pull that off.
I would love to see. I mean, just that Batman. Matt Reeves is to me like top 3 Batmans of all time for me personally.
Talking about his movies, or you
The
talking
depiction,
about
the depiction of Batman Bruce Wayne,
you talking about Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson,
You say he's top 3.
top 3.
Who's your number 1? Who's your Batman?
My Batman.
Christian Bale's for me.
Man, I was gonna say the same, but then I started thinking about it. I would say my childhood, of course, is gonna be Michael Keaton, because I grew up like that. That was my time, my era. So it's that inner child that's like, yeah, that still just hits a soft spot for me. But then it's like you do got Christian
I
Bale.
thought you was gonna say George Clooney.
Ah,
The Bat Nips.
no, get that completely out of here, man. All the way out of here. Heck no, man.
I thought you was gonna say
way.
George Clooney. I thought that was your boy, man.
No, heck no, man. I don't
Shout out to
care.
George.
No, yeah, no. But yeah, like I would say that I did like Ben Affleck's Batman. Ben Affleck's Batman was very brutal
Man, I hated how they did him.
in Flash.
Justice League. How he was like, I don't think. Yeah, nah. I'm not gonna
Which
backtrack.
one?
Just how like when they were trying to get Superman to come back to being more on the light side when they resurrected Superman, and he just like was like, "Come on, Clark." They turned him to
It's kind of soft.
too
sentimental.
Yeah.
He's more cold and like, well, whatever.
I was gonna say another word, but you summed it up. But yeah, man, I was like, man, nah, like, cause when Batman versus Superman, cause my wife, she loved Superman, and I was like, oh, but I'm more of a Batman.
Yeah, same.
And then when he whooped Superman, it's like, Superman get that work from Batman. And she was salty, and then just to see that, it was just like they was trying to appease the Superman fans and Justice.
Yeah.
The depiction, I feel like the potential was there
Yeah.
for Ben Affleck, but I don't know what like destructed, because that was originally his movie. The Matt Reeves one. That was his movie.
Right.
I don't know what came from that.
Yeah. I forget. I watched a video on that explained it a couple weeks ago. I can't remember all the fine details, but yeah, you're right. That was his movie.
Because it was gonna have him versus Deathstroke. Ben Affleck, Batman versus Deathstroke.
Man, that would have been crazy. Crazy. That would have been a brutal. I mean, they had it all set up too.
Man, how'd you feel about Jared Leto's Joker? I feel like he didn't get enough screen time for us to like. I mean, we criticize. I feel like he still didn't get enough screen time to make a full assessment.
It was different. I would say that.
I liked it.
I
I liked how Joker had the grills and all that. I was like, I could see that. You know what I mean? But yeah, we definitely. I wish we would have had more of him.
Yeah. It would have been. It would have definitely helped out.
For sure.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to another topic. So, did you hear Chris Brown suing Warner Bros. For 500 mil?
500 million
500 mil.
for what?
So basically, I guess they're doing a docu series where it depicts him as a abuser. Man, what's your thoughts on that, man?
First thing that come to mind is like defamation of character versus truth. You know what I'm saying? Like how much? I don't know, man. Like I feel that
I feel
it's
like
dirty
it's dirty on whose part.
on Warner Brothers.
Well, I'll have to get more details on it. I mean, yeah, it is because it's like, yo, he like if Rihanna forgave him, like you know
Yep.
what I mean. But it's bringing up, old stuff that happened pretty much practically
Yeah.
almost 20 years from now, right?
It's been a while, man. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would say
and
it's been
that
a
I
minute.
mean, he was on the trajectory to be one of the ones. Like if it was anybody that he was basically if MJ is MJ, I mean Michael Jackson is Michael Jordan in the in the pop space.
Right.
I mean now Chris Brown was LeBron, where it's just like who's one and two. I mean it's always gonna be MJ for me
Right.
in both situations. But I mean if anybody was gonna come close to that, I mean
Mm.
that was him. That was his
Yep.
spot.
Yeah. It says in 2009, Brown pleaded guilty to felony assault of singer Rihanna, who was then his girlfriend, and was sentenced to 5 years probation and 6 months community service. So it's like you said, like it happened a long time ago. He did his
Yeah,
time. You had your opportunity during that window to be able to say whatever you wanted to say, make whatever documentaries you wanted to make. But it's like you
right.
coming back out as if to try to like
But
pull him in
that's
with
like
Diddy.
right because that's like potentially that's like especially in this time where it's like you said with Diddy and R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. You know what I
But even
mean?
Bill Cosby was old too. Bill Cosby is dating back to like over a decade.
I don't know, but then it's a double edged sword though, honestly,
Okay.
because it's like you gotta think about the victims and stuff like that. But I was saying Chris Brown's case, I seen Rihanna, hug Chris Brown
Oh yeah.
afterwards. You know what I mean?
Man, they
I
good.
mean, okay.
They
So if
good.
they good, then but like this is like it's not, especially if it's HBO behind it too. I mean, it can potentially, I don't know what the docu series gonna be about, but if it's on, I like yeah, I'll have to get more details about what the docu series is about, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that could be potentially let's cancel Chris Brown, especially for because there's people that probably his fans, they probably don't even know that situation because he's
Mm-hmm.
it's been that so much long ago and he's such a generational talent where it's like people don't even know, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when was it Gail King when Kobe passed away, she started asking people about. I think she asked Lisa Leslie about the Colorado situation. It's like this guy just passed away, and you
Right.
trying to bring that up?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think that for the viewers that feel like, oh no, well he did it, and that's something that he just gotta, he got to sleep in that bed that he made. It's like put yourself in his shoes. You know what I'm saying? For any type of situation that you may find yourself in. It's like, yo, if you're guilty of something and it happened like 17 years ago, and then all of a sudden they want to try to drag you back out into the spotlight, not for nothing good, but just to be like, you remember when you did XYZ? Let's talk
yeah,
to the victims and see how they still feel about it. I would be heated. Like,
yeah,
no, like what are you doing? Like, I would sue you too.
right,
So I'm with Chris Brown on this one. 100%. I'm not with what he had did,
right.
but as far as forgiveness, it's like it's always room to be forgiven. So it's
If
like,
the victim forgave him, you know what I mean?
yeah, even if the victim did forgive him, he served his time. He already got sentenced. What, 5 years probation? He did that over a decade ago, and 6 months of community service. I'm sure he finished that.
Yeah,
This guy should be able to walk around freely in public without having to feel like shame all over again. It's like,
right.
no, no, no. So they,
Yeah, I
I
mean that's
hope,
probably. I mean and that can probably drain mentally on him and probably Rihanna too.
man, yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
they both moved on.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course. And if anything, it's like the victims, it's like y'all should have been got over it. I mean, I'm not trying to be cold about it, but it's like,
yeah. I ain't gonna say that, but
Well, I mean, to be honest, it's like, you know what, you had your time to grieve. It's like, why would you come back out to air this out
Right.
some more?
Right.
You know, it's like you had your moment in which that, you know, you either
Unless it's like some new stuff, cause we over here thinking about they paint him as an abuser, but we talking about the Rihanna situation. But I
right.
mean, we could be misspoken. It could be with
That's true.
somebody else. That's why I say I
That's
probably have to
true.
get more information. But if it's in regards to the
You're right.
Rihanna situation, then yeah, it's kind of like
Right.
why at this point, like we gonna have to have like unless it's like some new stuff we didn't know about,
Yeah.
But I mean, but if it's stuff we already know, then, like you said,
Yeah.
why bring up old wounds on that?
But you know what? One thing that they should do, and I don't know if this is part of the practice, but they should at least before they even start rolling cameras, contact a person like Chris Brown. Baby, we getting ready to make this documentary about you, just to kind of give you a heads up. You know, just to be
Nah,
like,
they
you know,
ain't,
are you with it
they
or
ain't gonna
not?
do that. Cause we gonna say what he gonna say? Of course he gonna say nah. And you
Right.
got the green light. And you got
Yeah.
the opportunity. And you a thirsty filmmaker.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. And that's and,
yeah,
and that's even more reason and proof that you're wrong. Because
yeah,
like you won't even go to the person to ask and you know what the answer's gonna be. So he's like, you know what, I might as well go ahead and just do it anyways.
yeah.
And
Unless
then
unless maybe some stuff we don't know about. You know
yeah,
what I
that's true.
mean? It's like
You did some digging.
yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, when Chris Brown was 12 years old, he forced a girl to, to
Yeah,
go hold his hand
man,
walking
oh,
down the street. Like, what?
uh,
He was abusive. He said, I'll take your marbles if you don't hold my hand. Like,
oh, you crazy now.
ah, man. But yeah, people out there are petty like that.
Man, yeah. So let's talk about The Woman in the Yard. The trailer just came out. It came out
Yep.
last week, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? You wanna watch it real quick?
Yeah, let's
Or
watch it real quick.
okay.
Let's watch it real quick.
Let's do a little I need a little refresher on
little
that too.
refresher on that. Okay. Let's see. Let's make this
It's a minute 13. It's a Blumhouse.
When the sun is bright and the wind is still, she comes to you like a sudden chill.
Man, if I saw that in my yard,
I looked to my left and I thought I saw that.
Draped in black,
I was like, what is that right there?
to
What is that? Is it,
your
oh, it's your
mother
coat.
knows.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
today's the day. Yeah. I'm curious.
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
curious.
It didn't get too much. It gave just enough for you
Yeah.
to get a little bit excited about it. When I first saw it, so to paint the picture, I was just getting ready to go somewhere, throw on some YouTube, and the ad came on, and it showed Blumhouse. So I'm like, oh, okay, Blumhouse come out with a new movie.
Yep.
I mean, they come out, Blumhouse. I'm usually excited about whatever they got going on. So
Yeah.
instead of hitting the skip button, I watched it, and I was like, okay, some black folks, some Blumhouse, okay.
Right.
Some more black people. Oh, this is a black story. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I saw The Woman in Black. And then I'm like, oh, this has to do with like sleep paralysis or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I can get down with this story, see what they got to say about it. But of course you watch the trailer. It
yeah.
has nothing to do with that. But it still looks like a good story,
It does. It does.
I mean, it looks like it has potential. The only thing is, I just hope the trailer is not better than the actual movie.
That
It
is
gives you so
always a
much. It
problem.
gives you so much little. It gives you enough to be excited about it.
Yeah.
It's a teaser trailer, but my biggest fear is like
Gave too
going
much.
into it. Nah,
No,
not giving too
not
much.
give too much, but it's like they gave you all the good parts to pull
Yeah,
you in and be like, oh, this
put-
is so
and-
good.
And then when you watch it, it's like, man, I could have waited for this to come on streaming or something, or this
So-
was just a waste of time.
So you
Yeah.
are planning on going to the theater to see this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's a black film. I feel like we gotta support more black films for them to
Mhm.
make more black films, especially on this type of level. So yeah, definitely.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe we can make it like a couples, married couples date.
Oh yeah, for
outing.
sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't come out. It comes out when?
It said March 28th.
Okay, yeah,
March 28th. We can we could put that in the calendar, and then we could come back and we could talk about the film and what we liked about it, what we didn't like. Hopefully, more likes than dislikes. But
yeah,
yeah, I would say for right now, like the trailer is definitely hitting all the right buttons for me.
okay,
The cinematography looks beautiful. Of course, the color grading and everything is just on point.
yeah,
The creep factor it's another big important thing to me as well. So to kind of see how they were executing some of the scares or the setups, I was
yeah.
like,
The
okay, that looks
voice,
different.
the
Yeah,
blood on the hands.
yeah, yeah. And then for it to be like in the daytime, like it wasn't like no nighttime shots for
Yeah,
real in this at all. Like none of the high intense parts.
yeah.
It was just like, no, this is gonna be where you can
It,
see it.
it's mysterious. It leaves you more questions, like what's
Yeah,
going on. So
yeah.
yeah,
But I would say one thing though is like that ruins horror films for me is like the reasoning of the characters. It's like you gotta move with purpose. You know what I'm saying? Not making dumb moves. Like I hate when you're like watching a film and you're just like, would anybody do that? Like why would like if I was in the movie, I wouldn't do that. Like I
right,
like for example, like with her walking up to that woman just sitting in that, I would have picked up, I would have threw it. Like I would have been like, hey,
right,
what's and then maybe she did all that. Maybe they didn't show
right.
all that. But I'm just thinking to myself, like, please don't be one of those movies where it's just like, why would you do that? Like this
Yeah,
is so stupid. Like, oh my goodness, man. These people keep making dumb stuff after another. So yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's definitely a must go see for me. So
Yeah.
I'll check it out and do a review on it. Pretty sure you probably do like a.
Yeah.
Did you do a trailer reaction to this?
I have not done a trailer reaction to this. I haven't done a trailer reaction in months.
Oh man.
But all because of just trying to set, the whole
Oh,
studio up. But
well,
I think I'll be back in February though. I'll be back in February for sure. Absolutely.
February is in October. All the horror movies that got coming out.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Hard Eyes is coming out. Is that coming out on the 14th as well?
Ooh,
Because if so,
it's gonna be.
it's gonna be a
But
fight.
that's two different audiences though.
But there's some overlap because I like Marvel and I also like some horror. So it's like I may have to just go ahead and pull out the wallet twice that night if I have to.
But which one? Okay, but if you can only see one opening night, which one would you go see? Come on, we both know the answer. It's Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is definitely gonna have to wind up being.
Taking your wife.
Oh
you
yeah,
gonna-
it's gonna have to be Brave
Hold
New
on.
World.
Okay. Hold on. Are you taking your wife or are you taking your kids with you too?
No, just the wife. I'm going out.
Yeah.
I'm going Valentine's Day. Well, traditionally, the whole family goes out. We do a whole family celebration.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. But then it's like on that weekend, of course, it's like the wife and I we break away.
So either way, it'll be a Brave New World.
Yeah, yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Now if it was just me, I would go see Hard Eyes.
That's probably why they doing it on Valentine's weekend.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's that
Good.
marketing
Yeah.
strategy right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I
Yeah.
know, like for myself, my wife, she just does not like horror films at
Yeah.
all. She just like rather not. But she'll tough through. She'll push through it. But yeah,
Right. Yeah, I feel like it's two different audiences for that.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. All right, man. So we have
So
Opus.
this one I haven't seen. Opus, trailer, like it's an A24 movie, right?
Yeah, A24. I love A24, man.
What other movies have they done? A24.
They have such a deep roster. Let's see.
I heard of the name, but I'm not familiar with the. I'm probably sure once you pull it up, I'm probably.
Oh yeah,
okay,
A24 Films.
Yeah.
Look at this list.
Ex Machina. Okay. Moonlight. Okay. So they're like not I want to say indie, but they're like
They're very,
more
very. They're very indie.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
Witch. Yeah.
Talk to Me. Did you see Talk to Me?
Look.
This one right here. Watch Talk to Me.
That came out 2020. 23.
Yep, watch it. You're gonna love you're gonna love that. That one was crazy.
Is it a horror movie or what's it?
Yeah, it's a horror movie, but it ain't like it's a horror movie. That's all I'm gonna say.
The
But
green,
it's different.
Green Room,
Green Room is crazy.
The Lighthouse.
But then it's like you turn around and they do stuff like Amy. You know what I'm saying? Lady Bird. So they got range. They definitely do have range.
The only ones I seen that I heard of from this one is Moonlight and Ex Machina.
Okay.
Out of all these others, oh, The Witch.
Uncut Gems. Did you see that?
I didn't see it, but that's what Adam Sandler, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That was good too.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Damn, who's in it?
You gotta see that too. Man, A24 got some bomb films. So I know Opus, it's gonna be good.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Break it down.
There's a rumor flying around that Moretti's back. Like, Moretti?
After 30 years outside the public eye, pop icon Moretti returns for an exclusive listening experience.
He's bringing you a gift.
This is for Ariel Ecton.
It'll be an absolute honor to spend this weekend with you.
Thank you.
Yep, namaste. Everybody meet Ariel, some young blood from the magazine. This is Clara, the most hated sex symbol on TV.
Thank you. How's print media treating you?
Congratulations, and welcome to this once-in-a-lifetime gathering.
Moretti requires that everyone be shaven. So, how's the lady garden?
Mr. Moretti, we'll be playing the greatest album of modern times. Future times, all the times, really. And there is more to come. So much more.
What is it that you guys do?
Would you like to see?
The crowd is upset. Upset that I'm not on stage.
Is this not alarming to you?
The back row's asleep. But the front row's ready to rage.
Are you sure you haven't been drinking with us?
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
March 14. So to me, that looks like a fun film.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fun in the movies though. I feel like that'd be fun to watch with the missus at home.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Just because I feel like it's one of those films where you're gonna like really pay attention, like what's
Yes.
going on to catch everything. So like even in the trailer, I'm like, pause. Let's rewind that because is that a
Yeah.
Blue Lobster? Like what's going on? Like some things
Right.
I want to say, but I know what our situation we got going on. You know, I didn't want to mess
Right.
it up, but yeah, that looks. Yeah, it looks like one of those movies you have to like watch maybe like a few times to
Mhm.
get it. You'll like know some new things about it.
Right.
But yeah, what about you? You gonna go to the movies to go see it?
I think I'm about to go to the show to see that, man, because it gives me Get Out vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole fish out of water type of situation where it's like you find yourself, you know, being invited to an exclusive family.
And she was working at. She was at the magazine office
Yeah,
or
she
something.
was, she was doing journalism. So this guy called her out specifically.
But it was how many? It was another black person there. In the
Yes,
morning?
it was.
Okay,
Right.
so it's not like one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna have to hear. I probably like hear the reviews on it.
Or
and
I
see.
might just see it and then come back and I can tell you like, is it thumbs up or thumbs down? Like it's like nah, save your money. Just watch it when it come out on streaming. But it's good though. But just watch
Yeah.
it when it come out on streaming because I felt like Get Out was definitely one of those movies where it's like you
definitely
you either saw it in theaters
yeah.
or you didn't and you just
Yeah.
missed out.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
That was one of the ones you had to go see. In
You
theaters
had
for
to.
sure.
But it had the again the exact same vibes of like for me at least, where it was like, wait, what? Wait, how? Rewind that. I know I'm in the theater, but
Right.
I know something was done there specifically. You know,
Right.
and I feel I'm hoping that this movie is the same thing because like even with this being the second time that I seen it, I noticed some stuff where I'm like,
I just hope it's not
like
like I just the only thing I just hope it's not a slow burn.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cause it's yeah. I might mess around and catch some Z's on it, miss out some stuff. Man. If I go to the movies and go see it, but if I'm at home, you know what I mean.
Right.
I think I probably can pause it and always get back to it, and
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, if it's anything, it's close to Get Out, that'd be cool. I mean, as far as like just the impact wise, not the same story,
right?
But as far as giving that the same impact, because it got I seen her in a few things.
Mm-hmm. I think she's in The Bear.
The Bear.
She also did voice for Inside Out too.
Okay.
One of the emotions.
She was a guest on Abbott Elementary too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Seems like some good stuff.
Yep. February seems to not February, but March seems to be like that month to look out for.
Oh, yeah, I think
right. I mean, February, and then that's you got March. Like
yeah.
April, I haven't heard too much about, but we're off to a good start.
Yeah, I would say so this year.
Yep.
What film you looking forward to this year?
The most,
yeah.
Gosh, based off of memory,
is this the only Marvel movie coming out this year? The Captain America,
the Thunderbolts.
Oh, Thunderbolts coming out. Okay.
Thunderbolts, and then of course, even though it's not a movie, but the series, the
Daredevil.
Daredevil, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like that, like that's all I need to get from them.
Yeah.
But as far as superhero movies though, concerned, Superman. I know your wife is gonna like it, right? Did she see the trailer?
I think she probably like the guy who plays Superman more than Superman.
Oh, Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Henry Cavill is my Superman. Like,
they did him dirty, man. They did him dirty because they ain't give him enough movies, and then they brought him back, and then he was like, nah.
Yeah.
They brought him back for that one little cameo, and Black Adam was like, nah, actually, we gonna scrap you.
We're going in a different direction.
Yeah, I mean, they could at least, I don't know what the talks was like, but they could at least, they should have gave him a fair chance.
Yeah, bring him in because, but then again, James Gunn just wanted something different. That's the reason. I don't know.
But then bringing back, he playing a different
Jason
character.
Momoa.
Yeah,
he
it's
played
Lobo, but
Lobo, yeah. Yep.
But I feel like honestly, he probably more Lobo for real.
Oh, yeah.
Aquaman. Like
That's what I thought.
He's probably gonna be one of those ones too, where it's like, yeah, that's you. Like you're Lobo. Like that's like you're like how Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. You're Lobo.
Oh
I
yeah,
can see that.
From here on out for like the next decade.
Yeah,
decade and a half. Like as long as the DCU does well, then Lobo is gonna have, of course, his cameos, but he's gonna have at least 2 of his own movies.
You think so?
I think so. I can see.
Are
I can see it.
They
happen.
still doing the Supergirl movie?
They are. The filming started already this week. They started doing.
I don't know about that one. So they're doing the Superman and the Supergirl movie, standalone. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I honestly have.
I know they
never
did a
seen,
TV show, Supergirl.
I watched the first episode of Supergirl TV show, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. Supergirl was never for me. I've never saw the original movie that came out in the 80s. And as far as this was concerned, I'm just like,
especially how they did Supergirl in the Flash.
Oh yeah, now that's Supergirl, yeah.
You rock with it?
Oh yeah, I can rock with that one. She had a fresh new look. Like it was not your typical. Like I just wanted something new, and they gave it. they gave it with they gave it with her. Like I was like, yeah. I'm
What
here for
about
this.
Gal Gadot? You think is she Wonder Woman, or like you think she need to be recast?
No, she's not Wonder Woman. Not to me. Not to me. That I think they pulled her because of her face. But overall, like the whole character of who she is and stuff like that, I was like, nah. I was like, nah. I think they was just trying to capitalize because there's so many other great looking women out there that could have played that role. That had range and had the look. Like you remember that time when they was talking about casting, it was like some people was trying to float around the idea of Beyonce. And I was like, no, but I was like, look wise, like physique wise, yes. Because when I look at the comic books, man, I'm like she's an Amazon. She's
How tall is Beyonce?
Huh?
How tall is Beyonce?
I don't know Beyonce's height. She might not even have that out there.
What's Gal Gadot's height? She gotta be at least 6 feet, right? I feel like if you at Amazon, you gotta be over 6 feet. Gal Gadot's
She's 5'10". Oh yeah, she tall. She tall. She's tall.
Gal Gadot 5'10". It's 5'10".
She's 5'10".
Yeah.
She's up there. She could walk in this room right now and almost look to us eye to eye like she'll walk by and you'd be like, because if she put on some heels,
oh, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap, right? She's easily our height.
Yeah.
Easily our height. So I could see that possibly have been playing a factor in why she got cast. But in my opinion, there's plenty of other people out there that could have fit the role a little bit better. But Wonder Woman 2, that was garbage. I went to the show to see that, and it was
but it came out in streaming in the show at the same time, right? It had to. I think so.
I don't know, but
I think
I went to the movies to see it, and I was mad.
That's when one of the brothers was like, "Yo, we gonna put all everything we said we gonna do theatrically. We just gonna put it on HBO Max." Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I'm glad.
I was heated, bro.
But the first one was cool.
The first one was good. I was surprised by the first one. I was like, wow, like I like this. I like it a lot. And so I had high hopes for part 2, and part 2 went to the crapper.
Yeah, I think that movie probably did it for real.
It killed it for her. She was just like, I'm done.
Yeah, nah, I think it probably killed. Like they gonna bring her back in the new DC. It probably killed it for all of them for real. Because they was gonna bring her back. Yeah, and it's like you might as well bring Henry Cavill back as Superman and just do a whole different reset.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they haven't talked about Woman, so she might be coming back.
That's true. Well, I think that because they haven't brought her up.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad. I put it like that. I wouldn't be mad. But it's like if they recast her, I'd be like, yep, okay, cool. I wouldn't fight for her to stay.
All right. Yeah.
Not like how I would. I don't think she would have the same momentum as Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill had a whole lot of people that wanted him to stick around.
Yeah, he didn't get a fair shake to me. And Superman.
Not even in Man of Steel?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like they did one Superman movie, that was it.
Oh, that's
He didn't have a Man of Steel 2. I mean, he had Batman versus Superman, but I mean, you sharing the screen, but
right.
With Batman, you can't,
Yeah, he got the Black Panther treatment.
You say you got Black Panther treatment?
Yeah. Black Panther only had one movie.
But yeah, but that's different. Black Panther had pretty much the movie though. That was like he probably has the best standalone MCU movie.
One of the best?
Nah, the best standalone movie.
The best, the best, absolute the best.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it's not because he's black. It's like really, if you look at story wise.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
As far as like, yeah, just
because he did it. I ain't gonna say backwards, but he came in as cameos and features, and then he was able to break off and have a movie that made you be like, "Yo, this is better than all the cameos and all the features that he was in."
I think the one that probably. I still put Black Panther over it, but I'll say Captain Falcon or Captain. Hold on.
That was the Civil War, right?
I was gonna say Winter Soldier, but Civil War. Civil War is kind of like an Avengers movie, though. I kind of look at that.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. That. But I mean, but we.
I would say if I had to include it, it'd probably be Civil War, be right there. But I was gonna say Winter Soldier.
Man,
I
shoot.
feel like that's the only that probably had. I feel like Captain America had the best trilogy out of all of them. Yeah,
So was that considered the Captain America movie, the Civil War?
it's Captain America Civil War. Yeah, that's Captain America movie.
Because man, I felt like that was Black Panther's shine too. Because man, when he had hit the screen, when he was running down the street, you remember everybody's level of excitement?
Yeah,
And he was chasing him down. Like it was like, yo,
Yeah.
every time you saw him, he was like, yo, this is
You had-
crazy. Like
but it had Civil. So Civil War had.
he stole that movie. I think so.
I don't think he stole it, but he definitely had an impactful moment. I feel like with the twist they had with Robert Down or Tony Stark and Captain America, they had that going on. Like, did you know? And he said, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, and then just the whole thing, like, yo, should we be monitored by the government? Or
Yep.
The whole thing, or no, I don't say monitored, but I guess put in check by the government.
Right.
That whole thing. And then that was the introducing Spider-Man too. So
Yeah, it was.
Spider-Man coming in, and then you had them fighting each other too.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
it
so
was
many
Captain America, but that was a Civil War. That was a Civil War movie to me, man. That was everything. That was
like an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, like, that's why I kept saying Black Panther had the best standalone. But I mean,
It did.
technically, it's Captain America Civil War, so it's kind of like, yeah. But I still would put Black Panther over that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, but it's like it was just a overall better story. It was more relatable for me. I would say that. Like watching it, it felt like I felt like I was hearing my Black story being told, like, emotionally, like how I feel. Like Killmonger, I related to that dude.
Yeah.
Like I didn't agree with how he executed it,
Right.
but that's half of how I feel though. It's like I don't act on those feelings, but Killmonger was like, yo, by any means necessary, y'all, it was good when y'all was doing it. So here I am. I'm about to do the exact same thing, and we about to be right back up on top. Like I was like, I feel that, Killmonger. Like you right.
Shang-Chi had a good one too.
Oh, and I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
You told me. He was like, V,
Shang-Chi, yeah.
you gotta watch that.
But I feel like I ain't gonna say that. But I feel like Shang-Chi probably a good top 5 standalone.
Mm-hmm. Well, we should be getting a Shang-Chi too, hopefully soon.
Yeah. Hopefully. But yeah, man. I mean, that pretty much wraps it up for me. You got anything else you want to tell the people before we dip up out of here?
Nah. Just, whatever movies that we didn't cover, whatever we didn't, we missed, just leave a comment down below,
For sure.
Tell us about it. Correct us, or correct me, I should say, if I made a mistake on something like, that's not what that is. Like,
Oh yeah.
hey, I'm open to criticism, so that's what's up.
Yeah. So yeah, remember, stay fly, stay humble, stay fresh. Oh yeah, hold on. Check out my podcast, PFT. We on, I think, episode 5 right now. And then check out any videos I got going on my channel, Too Fresh Productions. And remember, stay fly, stay humble, stay fresh. Peace.